Tip FM's Tip Today.
With Slattery's Garage, Puckon. Over half a century driving the people of Tipperary and surrounding areas with quality, reliable and economical vehicles, new and used. Call the sales team today to discuss your next car or van on 067 24111.
Thanks, Pat. Welcome back to the second hour of Tip Today. A big response indeed to that conversation about the sanitary bins in men's bathrooms. And mostly people thinking it's a good idea. But one of our listeners on to say, you're definitely a hypochondriac, Fran. Your obsession with illness is unreal. Not a week goes by, but somebody is on describing their illness. Those of us, and there are many, living with cancer don't want to be listening about people's struggles dealing with it. I listen to various stations, and yours is definitely the worst for illness topics. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, it was put to us that this is an issue, and sure, why wouldn't be highlighted, I suppose. One of our listeners saying, of course there should be bins for men. Women have been dealing with incontinence for years without much sympathy. It's awkward for anybody with a problem. Always the fear of disgracing yourself when you're out and needing to know where the toilet is as well. Okay, lots more in on various different issues. People with a lot of issues as well around the notion of spending €250,000 on toilets in Tipperary town, and many people then making the point that in Clonmel toilets are really necessary. Frank and Thomas was on to us where that is concerned. 083 311 3311. Now, Feather Town Park will host a non-forgettable evening of sport and community spirit on Saturday the 13th of December as the inaugural Champions Under Lights event brings together all Ireland hurling and football champions Tipperary and Kerry alongside some of Munster's top GAA talent. This is all in support of the Dillon Quirke Foundation, and I'm delighted to say with this in the studio with me this morning is Dillon's dad, Dan Quirke. Good morning to you, Dan.
Good morning, Fran.
And great to see you today, and thanks very much indeed for coming in to us. This is a huge event, Dan. I can only imagine the amount of organisation that has gone into this.
Yeah, look, it's a great event, Fran. I think Tommy Sheehan there that looks after Feathertown Park called me sometime during the summer, said he'd love to do something for the foundation, and himself and my Maurice Maloney came up with the idea of a Champions Under Lights. It'll be a great occasion on the 13th of December. Tickets are limited, by the way. There's only 2,500 tickets being sold. But yeah, it's for the foundation. You've got All Ireland Champions Tipperary, you've got Kerry footballers coming, which is great, and we've got the Sam Maguire, the Liam McCarthy. It'll be a great occasion. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Just fantastic. How exactly will it work? So we're talking about two games.
Two games, yeah. The first game starts at 4 o'clock, the football, Tipperary and Kerry, and at 6 o'clock you'll have Limerick and Tipperary in the hurling. There's a lot of events going on. I think on the day, the foundation will have a pop-up shop there. There'll be different stuff available, jerseys and beanie hats and so on. So it's a great occasion, and it'll probably raise big money for the foundation, so we're delighted.
Isn't it fantastic that you have people coming to you, Dan, with these kind of ideas and this calibre of ideas?
Yeah, it's amazing, Fran, and this happens all over the country. I'm travelling all over the country. We're delighted to say we've screened in every county in Ireland, and there's fundraisers happening all over. It's amazing. I suppose it's amazing what this foundation has taken off, Fran. It's hit home to parents that screening needs to be done and kids need to be looked after. But yeah, as I said, I was on Saturday night in Qirke at the Dogs. Greyhound Racing Ireland did a fundraiser, raised €12,000. So yeah, we're all over the country, and it's amazing. The help is great, the support is great, and long may it continue.
Long may it continue, indeed. So what about the numbers that have been screened so far?
Yeah, look, to date, we started screening in January of 24, and by the end of this year, we'll have just close to 20,000 screened all over the country, it's great, really. It's cost us over €2 million to do that, and it's been very successful. So yeah, we just have to keep going. It's so important the kids are screened. Like, realistically, from the stats we've gained, there's a huge issue with heart problems in this country. You take Clonmel High School, there's over 600 kids there. 2 kids there will probably have a problem with their heart. So 1 in 300 have undiagnosed heart problems. That's teenagers in the country. So it is a huge issue. Right. And as you probably well know, we're losing 2 lives a week with sudden adult death syndrome. So the message needs to be got out there. Fundraising is very important, but also awareness. Parents need to know it's a big issue, and we need to do something about it.
You've saved lives, though.
Yeah, we have saved lives. I'd say it's probably teens. Yes, I'd say we've saved between. It's over 10, and we know that for fact. And a lot of other procedures have taken place. We don't have the exact numbers, but yeah, it's happening all over the country. And I said it is making a big difference. But look, it's a great legacy for Dillon to say that he's done this and the foundation has done this. So yeah, we're delighted, Fran.
Isn't it great? And of course, his name known far and wide, Dan, at this point. Is the government buying into this in any way?
I suppose not at the minute, really. Look, we started.
Serious?
Yeah, we started out that we wanted to make it mandatory, but to get that through legislation, I think it's next to impossible. So I suppose the word we're using now is looking for an opt-in or an opt-out, and we're working with a company in the States called Who We Play For. And they were able to get this opt-out in Florida and in Texas, which is great. And we're aiming to do the same thing. Look, sporting bodies could make it mandatory, we feel, in time. But now, the more screening we do, the more stats we're bringing to sporting bodies and the government. And in time, we feel we'll get something done. I'm not sure it'll be mandatory, but we would hope it'll be an opt-out case that kid would have the option of being screened. And if their parents decide against it, they can opt out. But that's where we're going to, Frank.
What are they waiting for, Dan? I mean,
it's a very good question, friend, because as I said, we're losing 2 lives a week. I don't understand it personally. After what we've gone through, we're doing our best to make sure other parents won't go through the same thing. Look, people are talking about it, and in government they've mentioned it, but it's to get it over the line. And you know, it's so difficult to get anything over the line with government. But we're going to keep continuing on, and hopefully we'll get there on time.
I'm just amazed because it's so high profile. I mean, some of the biggest stars in the country have bought into this with you, and they're perfectly willing to come out there and say how good and important this is. But still,
it's great that we're involved now with 20 sporting bodies at the minute. So that's great, and we need to continue to build we want every sporting body involved. And I would urge parents that are listening to the show, if your kid is involved in any sport, makes no difference, go to the powers that be within that sport and ask them that you want your kid to be screened and you want your kid to be safe playing sport. And we all know that helmets cost a lot of money, boots cost a lot of money, but surely the most important organ in the body, the heart, is what should be looked at first of all. And when kids are safe playing sport, we're all happy. So we need to get there, Fran.
We surely do. You mentioned America, but what happens in other countries? I mean, like the UK, for example.
It's mandatory in Italy.
Is it?
Yeah, they've started that 20 years ago, and they've brought the death rate down by 89%, and that's all through screening. So screening does work. By screening, you will find 90% of the issues within the heart. So yeah, it is, and they're at it now in the States. So it's building momentum all over the world. But we're difficult to move, I think, here in Ireland, you know. But we're getting there.
Yeah, we can be very slow, though, at times. So to make sure you have it, as you say, tickets are going to sell out very quickly.
They are selling very quickly. They're available on our website. There's a link on our Dillon Quirke Foundation website on our shop there. They're also available from Feathertown Park website, and they're all over socials. But people need to order quick because it is limited, and numbers are gathering very quickly.
There's a family ticket.
There's a family ticket, I think. Yeah, that's correct.
Nice idea. For 2 adults and 2 children, I think it's €50. But this is a great opportunity. I mean, I'm just thinking for autographs and for photographs and stuff. This is perfect.
Well, sure, it's great. I mean, the first match, as it starts at 4. Like, if families could come there at 3 o'clock or whatever the case may be, the Sam Maguire will be there. Please God, David Cliff will be there. All our own stars will be there. The Limerick Hurlers will be there. John Kelly was good enough to come up last Monday to launch the event in Feathert with Peter Twist from Kerry, Noel McGrath, Stephen O'Brien. It's great what people have done, and we're building great momentum as a foundation. The likes of this will be great for us all here in Tipperary. And what a night to have in Feathert on the 30th of December.
It's going to be fantastic altogether. I mean, most people, the grieving process, Dan, they can do it in private, but because of your generosity in setting up the whole foundation, you and your family had to grieve in public an awful lot. What was that like?
Yeah, I suppose, to be honest, for me, I found it a little bit easier that we were because I was looking after something. It gave me great purpose to do it. It's probably a lot more difficult for Hazel, my wife, who likes to stay back, doesn't like to be in the limelight, and she did right in doing that. She's her own way of dealing with things, and the 2 girls the same. But for me, it's given me great solace because I've been able to focus the mind on something, and when you can help other people, that's what life is about for me now. But it has been difficult. But look, time heals. Look, life will never be the same for us as a family, but we just try and do our best to deal with it from day to day. And with the foundation going so well, it's a great help.
I'm sure it is indeed. But normal people, I suppose, would have the usual milestones of losing somebody. But in your case, I often, funny enough, it crossed my mind even with the All-Stars the other night. All of these things would make you wonder. And
yeah, it does bring it back.
Yeah.
Look, would Dillon have been there? Would he been playing in the All-Ireland final? Yeah. But look, I guess you've just got to do the best you can, take every day as it comes. It is difficult because it can hit you like a tsunami. But you just got to try and deal with it, and thankfully I feel Dillon is with us the whole time, and I suppose you've got to have some bit of a positive outlook because to lose a child, there's nothing worse than losing a child, as some of your listeners might know. But you've got to do your best to move on. You really have to. And Dillon would want us to move on, and I know that. It is difficult, but because the foundation is having such great success, it has helped me in my grieving process.
Of course, and the foundation has saved several families from the grieving that your family has.
Yeah, it's great to hear that. And it has. I get phone calls every week from different families that have their child has been screened, that have had an issue and it's being sorted. So that's a great pick-me-up for me and for us as a family and the foundation. And to have made such an impact in such a short space of time, that's probably critical to the foundation, because it is difficult because it's 24/7. But when you have success and more success, it does help you keep going.
I'm sure it does indeed. What about plans for the future? Are you going to keep expanding, Dan?
I think we are. The plan is to screen at least 10,000 every year for a number of years. But we hope to get to a point, as I said, where it'll be an opt-out. When young kids start school, they will be screened. And that's where we hope to get to. As I said, we probably won't get to word mandatory. Sporting bodies can make it mandatory, but the government and legislation doesn't allow for that. But look, we're building great momentum, and please God, we'll get there, Sam or Fran.
All right, well, it's great to see you as always, Dan, and congratulations on this wonderful event. So Saturday the 13th of December at Feathered Town Park, and the tickets booked online in advance via Eventbrite. Tickets are priced at €50 for a family, that's 2 adults and 2 children. Where else did you say, Dan?
They're on our website, info@dillonquirke.com, and also Feathered Town Park's website and all the socials.
All right, great to see you, Dan. Thanks very much indeed for that. 1800 938 007.
Tip FM's Tip Today.
With Slattery's Garage, Puckon. It's time to change. Test drive the award-winning range of Peugeot hybrids and fully electric vehicles at Slattery's Garage today. See slatterysgarage.ie.
Would you be considered an influencer? Is that a serious question?
Yeah.
That I'm an influencer. Would I be considered an influencer?
Yeah, your social media stuff.
You must be joking me. What?
Then are you a content creator?
No. Okay. No, I'm not a content creator. Are you?
God, no.
Why are you saying that I am like? What's the difference?
Well, you're more into the
what? The content creating
Facebook
stuff?
and all that
I'm
stuff.
not more into Facebook. Very seldom I use Facebook.
Wake up to a brand new morning in the Premier County with Good Morning Tipperary on Tip FM in association with Centenary Home and Garden and Centenary Agri. Tip FM.
He'd be outside the kitchen window with a big smile on his face, looking for help to stand in the gap.
Eamon's son, Ben, died by suicide in 2021. Even good memories can be hard to share, but Embrace Farm is here to listen. Supporting farm families in Ireland every step of the way after a serious injury or sudden death. Visit embracefarm.com or ring us at 085 770 9966 to tell us your story.
There's any number of new cars out there, but do the numbers add up? With Peugeot's stylish electric and hybrid range, the 2008, the 3008 and award-winning 5008, they really do. Enjoy a €500 Dunnes Stores gift card, a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty, and for electric cars, we'll add a free 3-year service plan and a home charger too. The total package is hard to beat. Visit your local Peugeot dealer today. Offer ends December 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes! Unreal! Sausages for dinner makes everyone smile. They add sparkle to spaghetti, are brilliant on a barbecue, and of course, they're magic with mash. New Clonakilty dinner sausages make family dinners delightfully delicious. Easy to cook and available in a range of flavours. Pick up Clonakilty dinner sausages today and smile. It's sausages for dinner.
What's gravity? When does the grass grow greener? Can people with longer legs jump higher? How are plastic cups made? How filthy are our parents? Which ingredients make the best slime? Why do we dream? Are you faster than a calculator? Could a robot be powered by fruit or vegetables?
Kids are full of curious questions. ESB Science Blast, delivered by the RDS, empowers children to investigate the science behind simple questions just like these ones. Find out how your school can get involved at esbscienceblast.com.
Tip FM's Tip Today.
With Slattery's Garage, Puckon. Main Peugeot dealers in the Premier County. And now stocking the full range of the luxury French car brand DS Automobiles. Book your test drive today with Slattery's Garage, Puckon. See slatterysgarage.ie.
Now, one listener around to say, big congratulations. The official launch on Friday night with Mayor Councillor Pat English and Councillor Richard Malloy, Area Manager of Family Carers Ireland, of the Clonmel Carers Choir. On the night they sang A Carer's Love, written by family carer Sandra Gibbons, music by Eamon O'Malley, and sung by the choir. It was a wonderful evening. I'm sure it was indeed. Delighted to hear that, and well done indeed to everybody involved. Brian was on to us and he says, Fran, well done for covering this topic. The lack of knowledge, even complete ignorance of the side effects of prostate surgery is profound. Many men just don't want to hear the facts. So well done to you and your guest for the frank conversation. Well, thanks, Brian. No credit to me, really. I mean, it was Jerry was so open indeed about the issue, and fair play to him for speaking, even if I was accused of being a hypochondriac and promoting illness on the programme and all of that. Anyway, 083 311 3311. Now, somebody else was on to me to tell me, good morning, Fran, would you announce that Stacey Breen is playing at the Rag, Thurles, tonight for dancing, and it's an earlier time, I'm told, as well, of 8:30 to 11, so it's always a great night there with Pats and Tina and all the gang in the Rag. And we're still getting people on to us about that conversation about the sanitary bins in male bathrooms or male toilets, indeed. So lots of people still on to us on that. Good morning, Fran. We would love if Paul included the progression of Irish players in the NFL games in the USA. Well, I certainly will chat to Paul about. I know from time to time he's made reference to that, but I'll chat to him about it. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back to you, we have our global news slot.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. Call Tip today on 1-800 938 007. Tip FM's Tip Today.
With Slattery's Garage Puckon, now is the time to pick up your next van. From the award-winning Peugeot Partner van to the Expert and the load-lugging Boxer van. We have big vans, high-roof vans, long wheelbase vans. You'll find them all at Slattery's Garage Puckon. See slatterysgarage.ie.